Hey friends, today I'm here with a wig review. This is Margu Harper in the color 88H. Harper is a long, somewhat long, maybe mid-length, luxurious curly style with a lace front, a little bit of permatease for volume, and she is a perfect updo wig because of her fringe. So if you want to know more about Harper, maybe you love a little bit of permatease, maybe you love curls and length, or maybe you're looking for the perfect updo wig for a wedding this spring or an event, then stick around. I will tell you all about her. My name is Denise. I'm also known as Hey Wig Sister on Instagram and Facebook. I am partnering with Name Brand Wigs on this review. They sent me Harper so that I could show all of you. I told them that I was really looking for a great wig that could updos and, you know, for spring weddings, which are upon us. And this was their recommendation. What a great piece for an updo. We'll talk a little bit more about that later. I will have a link in the description. Name Brand Wigs is a wonderful online retailer and they carry all the major name brands. They have a blog. They have an excellent customer service team. I've actually talked to them about how they train their customer service team, and I feel very confident recommending people to them. And if you need help, you can reach them at support@namebrandwigs.com. If you're looking for a specific style, maybe you're trying to match a color or a hairstyle, you can send them a picture and they will help you find what you're looking for. If it exists, they'll be able to find it. They're wonderful. Let's take a look at Harper from all sides. Make sure I get up on my tiptoes so you can see the length. I absolutely love wigs like Harper for fancy hair. You know, if you have a fancy event, a wedding, a party, a gala, just someplace where you want to look polished and like you spend a little bit of time on your hair, Harper is that piece. This one does come in a number of colors, so if this color 88H isn't the right color for you, they do have brunettes and they have reds. They have a lot of different colors, so you can go check out all of the color options. So this one, like I said, has a lace front, and I'm just going to start right off the bat showing you that lace front because it is so good. Look at that, beautiful. Now, lace fronts on blondes tend to be pretty good because you don't see any dark knotting because the fibers are blonde. But even on brunettes, I think Margu does a great job with the lace front. And one of the reasons I think that is because, number one, they keep those knots really small, but also they do a good job of making it look like a realistic hairline. So definitely check out this brand if you're looking for a really realistic front. This does not have, I'll just take the cap off and show you. This does not have a mono part or a mono top. So all you have is that lace front. It's fairly deep. I'd say it's about an inch, maybe a little more than an inch deep. So it does give the appearance of part just a little ways back. And really, most people aren't looking at the top of your head. So I think that's just fine. But if you're going to style this one, you can maybe pull it up in the front. You can certainly hide that it doesn't have a mono part if you like everything else. We've got ear tabs with soft material, extended nape, Velcro adjusters. The rest is open wefted. I'm actually going to cinch this in just slightly. Margu is known for running pretty true to average, and I always cinch my Margu wigs in. I have a 21¼ circumference, and I do find that they fit me a little big, but cinching them in like that is just perfect. Now let's talk about that permatease that I mentioned. There is permatease all on the top right here, and actually you can see just a little bit of it right in there. It's just slightly visible on this light non-rooted color right there. I have found that on wigs that have permatease and no monofilament, you can often see a little bit of that permatease. What helps that is getting a root. I didn't grab my comb. I'm going to have to run and grab it. What helps that is getting a rooted color or a darker color that really helps to camouflage it. So if you like non-rooted blondes, let me give you a couple tips. Let me grab that comb. So one thing you can do with a wig that has some visible permatease is get in there with a wide tooth comb and kind of pick up the hair around it. You can also sort of brush through it with the comb through it kind of back. And what I'm trying to do here is I'm trying to lift up those fibers just a little bit above that permatease. You know, when wigs come to us out of the box, they're kind of flattened. They're smashed in that box, packed away. You never know how long that wig was sitting in the box. So really getting in there, waking up that hair. Sometimes what I like to do is I'll hold it kind of upside down and I'll pick at that hair that way And I'm just basically waking up the Permatease, waking up the hair, trying to lift it above the cap. You don't have to go crazy. You don't have to, get tremendous amounts of volume if you're not looking for a ton of volume. But just doing that ever so slightly will help a lot. Let me just look in the mirror here, because I did a good job of making her messy, which you can do with this one if you love kind of big, messy hair. Harper is so good for that. You can use some styling product, maybe some trestle or wig wax, and really get in there, and you can get some volume out of this one, but that helps a ton. And the more you do that, the more it will help. Permatease does settle over time, so I think that is definitely something that's manageable. But another option, because this has a gorgeous lace front, is you can take some of that hair off that lace front, kind of clip it up in the front, or maybe put a little top knot in, a ponytail. You can use bobby pins, and that will also help to hide that Permatease. And honestly, this is one of my favorite looks with a wig that has layers and curls like this. I just think it's so cute to style it that way. Another option, and I mentioned this already, this could be a great updo wig. You can do half up, half down with this one. Because of the curls, just kind of pick up little pieces here and there. You could put a little fancy little pearl type clip in here, a pearl comb, and you can really let those curls spill down. Or you can put her in a total updo if you like to do updos. I always have trouble doing this on video. Have a little bit of arthritis, so my shoulders don't work great, my fingers don't work great, but I think you get the idea. I love to do little twists in the back, and of course this is going to lift when you first start. Just, tug it down periodically, grab a little claw clip, stick it in, let those curls cascade down, and obviously play with the front, arrange it, but this could be such a great updo wig. So if you need some fancy hair, this could be a great one for that. Now I mentioned the Permatease. Let's talk about volume. I would say this is a moderate, I'm tempted to say moderate to heavy volume, but you can see that's not a huge ponytail. So what I think is making this feel more voluminous, besides the Permatease, which is covering the entire cap, this whole cap is Permatease, is the curls and the layers. It gives it much more volume than your ponytail or the amount of hair on here would indicate. So if you struggle with wig wearing, you're brand new to wigs, I think this could be an okay wig for a first wig if you're okay styling it. Putting it up in a clip, wearing a headband with it. One of my favorite ways to style my wigs is with these cloth covered headbands. They are so perfect because they don't squeeze my head. They fit on every wig I've ever tried them on. They're just easy to slip on. So you put it on and then you arrange it. Maybe you can tuck the front. Maybe you can pull more hair up than I just did. But what that does is it flattens out the top and it makes the wig feel less full. I have an Amazon store and I have a specific little section with all my favorite headbands. I will link that below. I really think if you're a wig wearer, unless you absolutely cannot wear headbands, I think you should grab a few. They're not super expensive and you just never know when you might need a little help with your wig one day. Even a wig that you love currently, we all have bad days, and sometimes I put on a wig I love and I'm not loving it that day. So styling it up like this will make a huge difference. It really will. Overall, and I'm doing a good job of making her messy with all of that, overall, I would say this is a darling, darling wig. Even if you don't wear long hair very often, having one wig that you can style into a fancy updo, easy with clips. I'm not talented with updos. That's why I love the twist. And then just letting some of those curls spill over. That I think just about anybody can do, and you can even do it on a mannequin head if you can't reach above your head. And that's gonna make you, I don't know, it's gonna help you have some confidence on your journey. Because sometimes when we've lost our hair and we wear wigs, we get nervous about some situations, like, am I going to have the right hair for this situation? And having at least one piece that you can style is going to give you that confidence that if something comes up and you've got to get all dressed up, you've got the perfect hair for it. So I do think Harper is great for that. So for volume, Permatease, oh, this is made with regular synthetic fiber, so you're not going to take any heat to this one unless it's steam heat. I have a video showing how to get lift in the front of a synthetic wig with a steamer. So if you don't like the way that it's a little bit of a face flopper, but these are really short layers, you can always take a little steam. That's exactly what I do in that video, and you can get some lift. So just steaming it for 30 seconds is going to be enough to give that a little bit more lift than it has. But again, clips will also work as you're trying to figure out, and you can always cut bangs into this one. It has a template. All you have to do is trim them up and then you can have full bangs. I have a video showing how to take a thinning razor and just trim up bangs a little bit. I am terrible with scissors, and before I discovered the thinning razor technique, I had often cut my bangs too short because I'm clumsy and I would just take a big snip even though I didn't mean to. The thinning razor is perfect to just trim up bangs that already exist but need a little shortening. So don't be afraid to trim up bangs on your wigs. I'll link that video below. I promise you, you can do it with that. All right, I think I covered it all. You can tell I really like this one, and I really do. Let's talk about color. 88H. Now, in the Henry Margu line, if they put a letter at the end, it has a meaning. So the H means that it's highlighted, and you can see this is that kind of a really heavily highlighted piece. If this were to say 88GR, which is another color that they have, it would be a similar color, but it would have a gradient root. This one has no root. They do have rooted blondes, so if you love this blonde, but you really need a root, they do have some, so you can go check out the other colors that they have. This is a gorgeous, and it is a little shiny. I'll talk about that in a moment, but that's really common with light blondes made with synthetic fibers. So we've got a dark strawberry blonde. That's kind of the darker, and I would say that it does look a little strawberry, but it is not overly red. Dark strawberry blonde with light wheat blonde highlights. And you can see those light, definitely there's a contrast. Right over here, that's a perfect example of the two colors. One is much lighter than the other. That strawberry, it looks more strawberry on the top, but it reminds me a little bit of just a medium brown. So it's our brown, medium blonde. So it's almost like you've got a light blonde and some kind of medium strawberry blonde highlights, giving it dimension, definitely very dimensional. I normally need rooted blondes because I'm a natural brunette, but I'm loving this color, and I really think I could pull this off even without a root. And I think it's because we've got a blend of really light blonde and kind of darker blonde. That's what makes me feel more comfortable. Let's get outside. Blondes always look cooler outside and warmer inside. That is the way color works. So you can see this color outside. Let me know if you have any questions. If you have Harper, let us know what you think of her. I think this one's gonna do really well because even though it's long, it has regular synthetic, not heat friendly, so you're not gonna get a lot of friction damage on it. And like I said, if you save this for dress up occasions or you style it up regularly, I think you're gonna get a long life out of this one. Henry Margu makes great fibers that last. All right, guys, thanks for watching. Let's get outside. I'll talk to you in my next video. All right, Harper in 88H. No rooting on this one, as you can see. The Henry Margu colors that are rooted say GR. So because this is H, stands for highlight. And I probably told you that already in the review, which I haven't filmed yet. All right, there you go. Hey friends, thanks so much for watching. Here are a few videos I think you might enjoy. Go ahead and click on one and watch.